Welcome back to the IC Winter Open playoffs. We're here in the middle of a series between Kalevra Gaming Blight and Nonstop Gaming. Right now, KGB is up 1-0 in this best of 3, but Nonstop did put up a great battle that last game.
But they're also up pentakill to 0 as well.
That's true.
I mean, the first game of the semifinals, and Telekinetic from KGB gets a pentakill. That's pretty unprecedented. We're already going to be getting into this match as well, and I think that Telekinetic decided that was a really good pick, so he's sticking with that Mecha Wonder Woman.
He is, and I mean, you can blame him. I think he was like 11-1 by the end. The pentakill at the end surely didn't hurt his chances there. A great performance by him. But we're seeing some switches from Nonstop Gaming. They're not playing Gaslight Batman. They're not playing Wonder Woman. They're going back to the standard Shazam Batman in the jungle. And they're switching over to using Joker. And this is something I've seen MXL do before. He's a great Joker player. He's playing Joker. And Brojo is switching from Gas Bat into Mecha Wonder Woman. And this is going to be really interesting because Joker's ultimate is, it doesn't have the stun it used to, but it still can really zone people out really well. You just put it down and they kind of have to move around it, or just take damage if they're feeling manly enough. But
I think we've actually noted that License Plate really digs the Joker, and despite the fact that his ultimate was changed, so now that it no longer stuns, it's still really, really good in tandem, especially with the Shazam ultimate and the Mecha Wonder Woman ultimate. But looks like KGB was pretty content with the lineup that they had, so they're sticking with that. Except with the exception that Platypus, instead of taking X-ray vision this time, has settled on a teleport, Cyborg's teleport.
And that's going to be very useful, of course, when you want to push a top lane, get the maximum credits on the drones, but you also want to teleport down to help out for Raider fights. It gives you a lot of mobility. But we are seeing the same champion lineup, some stolen power changes for KGB, whereas Nonstop Gaming, changing 2 champions is actually a pretty big deal.
Oh, definitely.
For a 5-person roster.
And I wonder what the mentality was between really taking Joker, because I don't think that he's weak, but I wonder if there was a specific champion that they were thinking about countering. Maybe he's trying to save his Mr. Punchy so he can take Telekinetic out of his ultimate and a flash, or if he wants to vanish out of that ultimate, which of course he could have done as Mecha Wonder Woman, whom he was last time, but it takes a little bit of that travel time, so there's a bit of a delay when you activate it, whereas Joker literally vanishes and just pops elsewhere.
One of the biggest things that I think that's really going to help Nonstop Gaming in shutting down Telekinetic is that if you think about last game, every time MXL tried to use the ultimate as Mecha Wonder Woman, Batman and Shazam would jump on him and shut him down.
Yep.
But from the other side, Nonstop Gaming only had Shazam able to really just jump across the battle and try to shut down one of either the Blast or the Marksman from the team that's really dishing out a lot of damage. But now they have, Akio switching to Batman. And even with Thorn Shield, if you have both Shazam and Batman on you, they can probably take down Telekinetic pretty quickly.
Listen, why are they on the blue side now? My brain is exploding.
Switching sides, just in case there's some advantage. Maybe the taco side.
Blue team always wins.
Yeah, blue team wins.
The match begins in
we'll see if that plays any role, having a taco versus the hot dog on your team's elites.
There's something there's actually a bit of a difference. Spaghetti and Blue Freeze as the junglers do not both have Consume and Detonate. But Floetic and Akio as the junglers both do have Detonate and Consume. So in theory, they have more of an opportunity to take that Raider when it spawns at 7 minutes. Because, having that true damage that you do to drones, that just massive damage, it's kind of like roulette. You kind of spam DNF on it, considering that's probably what you bound it to.
But, basically it's roulette, but Nonstop Gaming has more bullets now is what you're saying.
Right.
Because they have, or less bullets in their gun, I guess, if they're doing a roulette comparison. We are seeing, neither team is doing a hard invade. They're not really trying to take too many huge risks in the early game. We do have, for Nonstop, one at the bottom, MXL. He's going to handle things well as a Joker. And you know what? If you're going to do a 1-on-2 in a lane, Joker's probably the best champion to handle a 1-on-2 in the early game. His skills are really good at clearing drones from a distance and kind of staying safe. Meanwhile, at the top, we have Telekinetic and Platypus. They're going to try to take on Brojo and Zod.
So now we're actually seeing the same lane with Platypus and Telekinetic. It obviously worked out really well for them last time, but now that they don't have the double marksman in the lane together on NS, they might not be able to take out that turret as quickly, and that might be why they were able to really be so aggressive last time. They're fighting so early. It's level 1, and both of them only have 2 abilities. It's kind of a risky thing to really start battling this early on.
Uh-oh, looks like 9 may be in trouble. Floetic, look how aggressive Nonstop Gaming is, putting a ton of damage on 9. He's going to be forced back, and that means this thing could definitely be pushed back, although with this many drones, 9 should be able to get back very, very quickly and back in action. But we are seeing some actually stealing of the jungle camps on KGB's side, and Akio's going to probably leave that one last jungle drone alive.
It's invisible. It's in the ground. Where'd it go?
It's a ninja drone over there. Uh-oh, Blue Freeze could be in trouble here. Oh, taking a lot of damage, but barely able to escape there. Meanwhile, at the top, Telekinetic is being very, very aggressive here. Brojo and Zod have taken a lot of damage, and that's one of the advantages that Poison Ivy has. Just so much sustain in the lane to keep the team alive.
Yeah, not to mention, it actually, so they did a little bit of a switcheroo. So now it's a 1v1 in the bot lane, and they've got 2 people on the top, both against the other 2. So in terms of general lane sustain, I would say that it's fairly obvious that the one with Poison Ivy is more likely to stay up there for a prolonged amount of time. And knowing KGB, they're going to be crazy, crazy aggressive. I mean, Floetic's even coming up there to try and prevent that. But that was a really good Q. They're going to get that kill on Floetic. Poison Ivy ends up being the one to take it, but it doesn't matter because you share credits. The Telekinetic is still going for it. Brojo pops in vulnerability, but that heal from Poison Ivy's passive is going to sustain through it. And oh my god, good reaction from Spaghetti. Wow, Cyborg actually kind of feared vulnerability there. He was really safe, and he just kind of popped it, not wanting to take any damage at all.
He was safe physically, but with all of KGB's roster coming at him, he was probably pretty scared there. He's going to be able to protect his turret, at least for the time being. But, you know, your point about how they switch the lanes, that could be why Platypus got teleport. We could see immediately saying, I don't want to have Telekinetic alone in the lane. If it's a 2-on-1, teleport to the top to even things out there.
There's some action going on in the bottom lane. Once again, I mean, look at how aggressive AKO is as this Batman. He keeps coming in there and trying to put the pressure on, and 9 consistently seems to be at low health, but not yet. We can't really notice too much of a loss of experience as of yet.
Yeah, he seems to be doing very, very well here.
How about the credit? Maybe he's kind of suffering in the terms of credits?
It could be. We can see he's at 1,400. Actually, he's doing fine in credits, too. I mean, he is behind MXL. MXL is actually doing really well in credits, significantly ahead of everyone. And actually, oh, 9 playing kind of risky here. Can MXL finish him off?
Oh,
Mr. Punchy.
Whoa, in the opposite direction. I think there was a little bit of a miscursor in the heat of the moment. He might have had a little bit of Parkinson's going on there.
That was unfortunate. I think he maybe could have had that kill. Ooh, Telekinetic almost going down there as well. Brojo being aggressive. And Zod is pretty brave for that amount of life. But we can see the players from both teams really have shown a lot of courage. They know exactly, you know, what amount of life they can be at and still be a threat, but also not risk dying.
Seeing how low Zod is right now, it just makes me so tense. And I know that he has that stolen camera. I guess so. It is a stolen power of a surveillance camera. But he has that surveillance camera, so he kind of knows he's safe. He's got it in the bot, he's got it in the top. But dancing around with health that low is just horrific, especially with a Shazam almost level 6. Spaghetti is just, I know he's drooling right now looking at that. Well, of course, he did end up backing. Maybe he heard me.
He might have. He might have. He's like, you know what? This is a little bit too dangerous. His invulnerability was on cooldown as well, so he couldn't even use that to escape. You know what? Telekinetic is just, you can see as soon as he knows he is back from Platypus, he pushes past the drones, trying to force Brojo back as far as possible to make sure Brojo can't get any kills, experience, or credits.
It's a lot of trading just glaive throws. I mean, as Mecha Wonder Woman, you need to make sure that you're positioning yourself in such a way that the drones aren't blocking your glaives.
Oh, 9 is able to barely escape MXL yet again. Zod was in there as well. But, you know, 9 has been able to just stay alive so well in the spawn lane, even when, you know, multiple times Akio is coming after him. MXL has done his best to try to put damage on him. But 9's done a great job of staying alive and just gaining experience on you know, the solo bottom. Besides
that one kill that KGB is sporting, there's not really much going on right now, and that tends to be the way of things. In the early part of Infinite Crisis, you kind of want to play on the safer side. You don't have the artifacts that are going to give you the power that you want, and you don't even have all of the skills. And until everybody's level 6 and until the Raider spawn, we're probably not going to see a lot of converging. It's going to be a little bit of bullying and baring your teeth at one another.
And it looks like this top turret is taking a lot of damage. KGB is trying to finish it off. Poison Ivy again with the natural heal to keep them all alive. But they will be forced back with the drones all dead and Floetic coming in here to support Shazam. Now, Floetic's going back, of course, that's because he wants to then participate in the Raider battle. Oh, 9's taking some damage. And any damage dealt right now is actually really important, because if you try to go back now, you may come late to the Raider fight. So 9 doesn't want to go back. He wants to stay in the lane. But every damage he takes means he'll be that much weaker when they then battle over the Raider.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think that considering 2 from KGB are in the top lane, they might actually have a difficult time contesting this. It seems like NS is positioning themselves fairly well, but Telekinetic is already thinking the same thing. He's going, oh, and the teleport as well. Platypus, good teleport in anticipation of the fact that this is going to be happening. Everybody goes in on Spaghetti, but I'm not sure that's what you really want to do. Shazam's not going to take a lot of damage unless you really, really focus him down.
Looks like both teams just posturing right now. Brojo trying to put some damage on the drones. MXL keeping eyes on the bottom. Just picking at people with Mr. Punchy, putting any damage in where he can. You know, the main fight's over here at the top. And, you know, I like having Joker at the bottom because he can escape very easily. So if the rest of the team comes down to get him, he can get away very safely.
And his ult is incredible for zoning. And I mean, if he throws that in the path that KGB needs to traverse for the Raider, they're going to take a lot of damage trying to get through that.
Yeah, I mean, they have to either give it up or just say, well, we'll just take our licks and hope we can come through anyway. And he's level 7 as well, so the Joker is definitely going to be someone to look out for, a very dangerous champion in this upcoming battle.
It's a good camera by Zod that's giving the vision, but they actually both have vision of the area. Despite the fact that KGB was hurt a little bit, they seem to have taken dominance of the area, but it could just be that they're kind of falling back, hoping that KGB starts the Raider fight, and then they're just all going to dive in there at once and unleash that damage.
I mean, if KGB ever bunches up, there's so much damage that could be dealt there. Zod is level 6 now. He has his ultimate, of course, a Joker ultimate. So it's really kind of a dancing game. And meanwhile, at the top, I mean, not too much is happening. Those drones aren't going to really get anywhere too soon.
Yeah, no, any damage is good damage on the turret, though, and it looks like KGB left with that aggressive push, so they're probably going to get a little bit of damage on the turret. It's not going to seem like a lot, but it's going to help them out later when they're pushing that.
Non-stop gaming is being slowly forced back here. KGB, if they can get some drones to help them, that could be what they need to push non-stop back far enough away that KGB can then initiate on the Raider. But right now, everyone's just so scared to go in, knowing that a couple Raider shots on your team could actually make the difference and you could end up losing the battle.
And I mean, they have Platypus there. Poison Ivy being able to heal up with her passive, I'm not sure that they can actually afford to stall much longer, because even if they're trying to harass, they're probably going to end up taking more damage than they're dishing out. Okay,
looks like KGB has decided enough is enough. They're going in on the Raider. Non-stop gaming coming in from behind as well. The Raider is still alive with a lot of life. Shazam comes in on Brojo. Brojo backs away, uses his ultimate. A great ultimate there, and now Floetic ultimates almost takes down 9. Platypus taking a lot of damage. Somehow Akio went down. Telekinetic tries the ultimate, and KGB is coming out on top yet again.
It definitely seemed like NS actually had the dominance in that, but it was only because Telekinetic had not used his ult yet, and he stayed alive with that invulnerability, even though Cyborg thought he was going to be able to pick up that kill.
You know, it's crazy. KGB seems like they're taking damage, but then all of a sudden they always turn it around. Floetic tries to come in and get the kill. I don't think he got it, though. So he bravely sacrificed himself.
Oh, Floetic.
But unfortunately...
With your lolling head. It's just wiggling in sadness. No, he's saying no, even in death.
He did not able to steal the Raider kill. But meanwhile, oh, MXL trying to bold move.
Oh,
maybe too bold.
A little bold.
Yeah.
But I mean, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He could actually just kill Telekinetic just as easily. It's whoever got the ability off first, right?
I think that Telekinetic had a little bit faster reaction time.
Yeah.
And plus, it's kind of easier to hit with 5 glaives than 1 punchy.
It also has a little more range, I think. It's one of the longest range spells in the game.
Yep.
But non-stop gaming is going to take out this top turret. Maybe Platypus trying to come in there, using the roots to knock him down, but Batman's not going to be distracted, stays on the turret. But now Blue frees and Telekinetic coming in from behind. And non-stop gaming does have to back away.
And I mean, it looks like non-stop, of course they're doing well in terms of knowing that they do need to get objectives. It's not that they're really like letting it go. It's fascinating to see that even though the Raiders spawned at 7 minutes, it didn't go down until, I believe, at like 9 minutes and 30 seconds or some such.
Yeah.
So we're not going to see that until a little bit later than we usually do. We're going to see that at 6-minute spawn time once you get the Raider. It doesn't show up on the objective tracker, so it's kind of something that you have to keep in your mind. So we're going to see that at the 15-minute mark, somewhere around there.
KGB is pulling ahead, though, more than in the last game was pretty much dead even until almost a 20-minute mark. In this case, you can see KGB 6-0, They do have about a 6K credit advantage, which is pretty big at this point in the game. It means each of your players may have one more item. Oh, and Spaghetti trying to take out Brojo. It's going to work. A great move there. Spaghetti and 9 really working together.
That slow. And then the perfectly timed Q, knowing that the slow wasn't going to last the whole time. It's really tough. Once Shazam picks you as a target, you're probably going to die.
Yeah, it has so much damage out there. Of course, Shazam with a lot of skills. Basically, the power of electricity and being basically a god. I can pretty much throw down on anyone.
Unfortunately, NS has not even been able to secure a single kill. They're actually 0 and 8 right now with just one more kill going. License Plate, unfortunately, all alone trying to protect that turret, but you can't do much against the Shazam and a fed team. 3 of them coming at you. So now they've even got this turret dominance.
Ooh.
Nice ultimate by Brojo. This first kill of the game for NS. Takes down Spaghetti of all people, too. That's a good person. That probably felt really, really good, but I don't know.
Great move by him. Actually, Telekinetic using ultimate, trying to take out Zod, but Floetic is right on him. Floetic, he finishes him off with the ultimate.
Shazam! Oh, no. Oh, but Blue Freeze gonna pay.
He does go down.
Wow.
Zod cut that one pretty close, didn't he?
I don't think you can actually cut it any closer than that without being dead.
Oh, no!
Oh, my God!
He died to the drones! Oh, no!
And Blue Freeze got credit for it.
Oh, no. Zod maybe too confident there. Didn't realize the drones were attacking him.
Or just so scared that he lost control of his character. It was like...
Yeah.
I have a feeling that was not confidence. For me, I probably would have been like flipping out. Horrified.
He's like, there's no way I should have survived that, so I might as well just, you know...
He deserved that kill.
Yeah, exactly.
He deserved it is what he was thinking.
Karma needs to be served here. It looks like Platypus getting ready, at 9:30, they still have a little while before the Raider pops up, but it's kind of habit to go in and check on it at the 13-minute mark, when if you killed it at 7 minutes, it would pop up at 13, but given how long the kind of posturing was before the Raider died, it will be a little bit longer before it does respawn.
No, but even having that there just to see whether or not somebody else is establishing it, to know whether they were where. I mean, they could be going for the Doomsday device right now, but do they really need to? Oh, boy.
Zod ran into Batman, but Floetic's there as well to help things.
Telekinetic, too.
Yeah. In fact, oof. This is interesting, but Nonstop's going to back away. Telekinetic is not someone you mess with right now. Looks like Spaghetti's trying to come in from the top. He's looking for Shazam, you can tell it. His ultimate is up. He can Shazam on someone whenever he wants to. Actually, 9 has his ultimate as well, so this is a very dangerous pair.
Yep, and Telekinetic's ultimate is going to be up in 15 seconds, and they're all kind of positioning for that.
Oh, are they going to go for the relay?
They're going to get the relay.
Are they? It's going to be a conflict, though, definitely. I mean, I don't think Nonstop is going to let it go easily.
But I mean, can they really fight them in a straight-up 5v5? I feel like they can't because they're already so low. And look at that Spaghetti going in instantly on AKO. And as Batman, you're not supposed to take that much damage. But unfortunately, there's not really much he can do about it. All Telekinetic needed that right click.
He did, and Brojo gets a great ultimate off. And perhaps KGB is regretting using that Shazam ultimate because right now there's a lot of damage coming down. MXL for Pine with the Joker ultimate. 9 somehow doesn't die to that. How did he not die?
Cyborg?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because he's Cyborg. I knew what you were saying. I was just like, that's my only excuse is because he's Cyborg. No, Blue Freeze! Just goes right into the punchy. Batman is always hungry for the Joker. Oh my god, Telekinetic accidentally right-clicks the bag and almost goes down. Oh, he's going down to those drones. We're seeing a lot of drone kills.
We have.
God, the drones seem to be MVP this game.
These drones are absolutely vicious. So, I think, both teams actually got 5 kills there. Because everyone died in both teams. Actually, no, Akio didn't die. So, because I think he backed away before he died,
he almost, because Telekinetic missed that right click then, too.
It looks like he's actually going to fight Platypus over the top relay. Shazam's from both sides coming up, but there's more support from Nonstop Gaming. Can Akio hold on long enough for support to come in? It looks like Spaghetti's coming to bottom. He's going to mess with Zod, but Zod has support even closer. They're going to just let Platypus alone for now and all go on in on Spaghetti. KGB's Blue Freeze is stopping to get the relay. 9 is coming in. Well, I think Nonstop Gaming had an opportunity there, but they weren't sure how close the rest of KGB was to that top relay, so they backed away.
They know that they're a little bit behind, and I think from the fact that they barely survived in that last team fight, they were like, maybe we shouldn't face them head on.
Maybe we shouldn't be quite that bold.
So the tough thing is for NS, and I think the biggest issue that anybody has fighting KGB, is that once they start getting ahead, And in general, once they start getting ahead, obviously they're more powerful, but the way to contest it isn't by going in a 5v5, because especially with mirror matches, they're going to come out on top. So you need to rely on kind of catching somebody out of position. Like, say, for example, if they had vision of the Raider right now and they ambushed them, they would be able to take the Raider and they'd be able to pick up 2 kills, and then they'd be able to push bot. But because of the delayed reaction, and because Brojo isn't coming down, they're probably either going to die or escape.
Oh, Spaghetti's going in on Zod. Spaghetti does get Zod, but he's going to go down as well. Now Blue Freeze has to back away. It's a 1-on-2. Meanwhile, at the top, Akio and Floetic are having a hard time. The tower's going to go down. They're having to basically do a retreating motion. But this bottom turret may be able to be pushed here by Brojo and MXL as well.
See, they did exactly what I said they weren't doing.
Yeah.
They didn't, and that's really good. But they weren't able to get the Raider, but they're going to be able to get this kill on Blue Freeze, maybe.
He's going to back away.
They're going to get that turret.
Yeah, they're going to get the turret. Blue Freeze was like, I'm going to defend the turret. He's like, wait a minute.
Nope.
Maybe I shouldn't die. I'm not. I am Batman, but even Batman has his limits.
And KGB going for the Doomsday device so they can pick up that final relay. You think that's probably a good decision. Platypus taking that damage, knowing that he can kind of shield himself and heal himself back up with his passive. Only 3 of them there, but actually there is a camera, so they know.
Oh, and you know what? It takes a couple seconds to pick up that Doomsday device. Nonstop Gaming not going to give him that chance, but now the entire KGB roster is here. And I think with their whole team, they should be okay. But Blue Freeze is a little bit behind, actually. Telekinetic goes down. Spaghetti going on Zod. Can Zod take Spaghetti? No, he cannot. The power Shazam is too much.
Yeah, I can't believe this. KGB, even without the telekinetic crazy OP ultimate, was able to take them all out still. And with the Doomsday device, they're going to take that relay, and they might even put severe damage on that top turret.
You know what really made a difference there is 9, with Platypus supporting him, was able to stay alive and basically stay healthy for so long. And of course, a Cyborg that's staying alive is a Cyborg dishing out a ton of damage.
And that's what we're saying. Even though they took out Telekinetic first, there was still a Cyborg right-clicking them to death. So what are they supposed to do? What do they do, Nick?
They've got to take out both of them, basically. I mean, it's pretty much their only option here.
Yeah, they're falling behind now. 15K credit difference. I wouldn't say that it's a repeat of last game, but it seems like KGB is actually starting to, as opposed to last game, they're being a little aggressive earlier on. So they're kind of showing that they're intending to win this game a little bit faster than they won the last game. But I don't think that NS is necessarily out of the running yet. I think they just need to put some cameras in the right spots. They need to anticipate the moves that KGB is going to make. And really, Coast City's kind of a small map. You probably know what they're going to be doing. You need to catch somebody out of position and then back out.
You know, I really like how KGB has noticed that Nonstop Gaming has a lot of power damage with the Joker, with Shazam, and Mecha Wonder Woman. And so a lot of their champions are getting the Sword of Beowulf just to give them, you know, yeah, Batman and Cyborg, they want attack damage. But this is, you know, it's maybe not quite as attack damage as some other items, but it gives them that extra power armor that really helps them survive against all the burst damage that Nonstop has.
Yeah, because really, if you're ahead, do you even need to deal more damage? Your base abilities are already dealing more damage, so it's kind of just salt in the wound.
Oh, Spaghetti goes in big. Telekinetic, not the greatest ultimate, but it does the trick. Spaghetti takes out most of them. He does go down. Even finding under the tower, that's how confident KGB is.
Wow.
They don't even care. Telekinetic runs straight through the core turret. Tries to take on Brojo. It goes into the healing zone. Maybe a little bit too cocky there.
Telekinetic, shame on you for those horrible, horrible manners. Or maybe he knew he was gonna die, and maybe he didn't mean to go right into the base. Maybe he meant to kind of like afterburn in a sort of like lateral way, and he was like...
he knew what he was doing there.
Uh-oh, Brojo, you're going down.
Yeah, Cyborg gets the hit. Oh, but now all the rest of Nonstop Gaming is back up. Blue Freeze still goes in. He's like 1-on-5, I'm almost dead, or I guess 3-on-5, but still being aggressive. And you know what? A lot of the KGB champions are starting to fall here. 9's going to go down most likely. How is he so fast?
Because he's Cyborg, dude.
Cyborg is so fast.
I mean, if you had robotic legs, I'd imagine you'd run pretty fast too.
That is true. That is true. They do give you advantage. And I mean, I was surprised to be able to escape there, but you know, Nonstop is putting up a fight. KGB got a little bit too cocky there, and I think,
one might say that.
Yeah, a little bit cocky there, and they definitely paid for it a bit. But I mean, there's still about 17,000 credits ahead. The Power Retas are all coming up. Will KGB push hard right now, or will they stay back a bit and try to reconsolidate all 3 power relays first.
I mean, all they really need to do at this point is make sure that they all stay together, because they're really good at focusing, with the exception of what just happened last time, but that was just a bunch of zaniness. They were all just some shenanigans they were playing. And I mean, they need to protect Telekinetic and 9. And as long as they can keep them alive, they're going to be churning out so much damage that I really doubt that NS is going to be able to do anything about it. Because at this point in the game, KGB doesn't even need to go for any objectives right now.
No, they don't. They're trying to push over the bottom here. Telekinetic with an amazing ultimate. Gets a double kill. Does not get the pentakill he wanted, but he's going to see what he can do anyway. And now with only Brojo left, he has to go back to heal. These turrets are going to go down super fast. Oh! Telekinetic dodged the glaives there. That was pretty sick.
I mean, I don't know that he's going to... he'll make it out of it alive if he doesn't stick around,
well,
but...
it's Telekinetic. He's going to stick around.
Yeah, that's very true. He's going to stick around and dive headfirst into the base.
No, it's backing away. It looks
Freaking
like...
Honey Badger over here.
he's just going back, like, right outside their base. A very risky... Well, looks like... Is he... Yeah, he's going to get away with it. That was... that was dangerous, though.
All those relays, though, but they have the elite drones pushing every lane. So even NS, and they're going to contest it. They're going in, but look at this. Doomsday Device is coming back up. Top and the right power relay are going back to KGB. They're going to get the Doomsday Device, take out the power relay, or just use it to kind of run into the base, because with both of the power core turrets available, or rather one, they only have 2 turrets left, so they can just drop it right on it. And I don't see what NS can really do about it at this point. They either need to hope that they can wipe them all and kind of like force it out into very late game and keep it so that everybody's kind of even and equally fed. But at this point, I think KGB is so good about knowing how to end the game that they're probably just gonna, they're gonna win. I don't have any good words for it. I was thinking of words that I'm not allowed to say. They're so handedly winning right now.
They are. I mean, they're gonna take a Doomsday Device. Like you said, they can use this to either take the 3rd relay, or they can use it to push. Telekinetic is still moving forward. He doesn't even care. He's like, I could wait for my team. Or, actually, he's going back. That's interesting. Maybe he's just so afraid he's going to get ambushed.
He's probably just picking up another artifact. Oh, no.
He was just faking it. And now they're all masked up here again. Platypus going back to try to help the wave get pushed forward. The rest of them, Spaghetti keeping an eyeball out. Of course, he does have the Doomsday Device.
You know what I call this when you're hanging out on a stealth pad waiting for something to happen? I call it angling. Like, you know, like how an anglerfish, they just kind of like poke their head out and then they wait with that light. Yeah. He's just angling there with the Doomsday Device, waiting to devour them whole.
Well, he can angle for another 45 seconds, then it's going to go off automatically. But he's not going to wait that long. The drones are with him now to use those to help lead the push. And you can see how Nonstop is really trying to spread out to make sure Doomsday Device can't take them all out. Telekinetic, Telekinetic goes down. Actually, does not go down fast. Poison Ivy's able to keep him alive just barely. Zod almost gets the kill with the ultimate there. Spaghetti with the Doomsday Device going after Zod. But you know what? Nonstop is actually doing a pretty good job of not all dying.
Wow, definitely. And Brojo had a really good ultimate there to kind of put the hurt out. And once again, that was probably on account of the fact that they did so much damage to Telekinetic. But Blue Freeze able to take out their main source of damage. And Platypus, Platypus going down.
Yeah.
And Telekinetic going down. But look at that turret. There's a single turret left. Only license plate left to defend, and he's a very damaged license plate. Yeah,
and 9, as soon as he starts looking at turret, look how fast it goes down to the damage of Cyborg. But now, Nonstop Demons all respawn. Looks like 9 and Blue Freeze are getting it back away, saying, you know what? If we try to push it right now, we'll probably both die. When we back away, wait for the rest of our team. Now they have no turrets left. And with 5 people on a team, super drones on a top against no turrets, we should be able to close out the game.
Yeah, I mean, I do not want to be a pessimist, but NS would really have to pull out some magic to kind of turn this one around at this point.
So if it's going to be something, it's going to be, I mean, Brojo won't even have his ultimate for 50 seconds. And, you know, I think it actually, they could actually hit a timing where Telekinetic has his ultimate up and Brojo doesn't. And that would be a very dangerous engagement for Nonstop Gaming.
I mean, what do you think it was? I mean, do you think it had to do with the fact that KGB is just so good at taking objectives, or do you think maybe the Joker pick was kind of tough in the team comp? Do you think that they should have taken out Cyborg before they take out Telekinetic and just tried to CC that ultimate, or do you think it was just kind of a loss from the get-go because KGB is just too good?
I mean, I feel KGB has so much better synergy and in the team fights. And they have just like, they know exactly how much damage you're dealing, because if you notice all these engagements, KGB always has, how they're just trolling.
Why is this happening?
They always have like all their roster is at like almost no life, right? And they know just how to spread the damage out between them all. And they almost never almost kill someone. When they go for someone, they know that they're going for it because they have the damage to finish off the kill. And in those team fights, you see it so often. They get 2-3 kills, they're all hurt, but none of them actually die.
Oh wow, good. There was a good ult in tandem, but they still weren't able to pull it out. And you know what? To that end, what you just said about low health people, wow, congratulations. I don't even need to say what I was gonna say. That was really, I'm sad. I'm sad for NS.
Yeah, I mean, they put up a great fight, but KGB is KGB. They're the favorites for a reason. A great performance.
They're not my favorite. I'm just teasing.
They just do a great performance there. And the damage output that Telekinetic has is just insane. And, you know, I like this Dr. Destiny's Dreamstone. I haven't always seen the Mecha Wonder Woman get it, because some players just rely saying, you know what, I don't need so much will because I just want to use the ultimate in my basic attack. But Telekinetic is really using every single skill so often and so efficiently. They're having a cooldown reduction. I mean, helps with the ultimate and cooldown reduction on his Q, on his W. It just helps so much to get all that extra, basically, sustain of using his abilities throughout the combat.
I'm actually seeing a lot of Fatality's energy lances too on the NS side, and without that, I mean, that still have the active where you deal more damage.
Yeah,
because it's just not showing up.
Yeah, I think it does have the active, it's just not.
Because that would have been really good if they could, like, literally use it all at once. But maybe that's a little bit too difficult to coordinate. But of course, the Cosmic Staff, ever favorite, despite that has been changed a little bit over time. It's just...
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that, because if you look at the cost and the stats it gives, it's actually not super efficient unless you really value the passes. I mean, the power penetration is great.
You can't get power penetration on too many artifacts other than that.
Just not that many.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, because of that, really good.
But, you know, you talk about the way, like, for example, the way Floetic built his Shazam, he didn't seem to have the same oomph with his ultimates or his Qs. And I think that's, you know, he went really heavy for the power penetration with Book of Eternity and with Cosmic Staff. But he didn't have the insane power damage.
True.
So, you know, he didn't have the Star Heart. He didn't have that thing where, oh, I have 400 power damage, so if I use my ultimate, everyone who's near me just dies. And that's what Spaghetti had. We can see that even in the very end, Spaghetti just, like, I think got a double kill just from using his ultimate.
Not to mention, Spaghetti had a lot of artifacts like Neuron's Contract and Marauder Shield that kind of give him the edge of health as well. Because health also gives you power damage.
Yes.
And power damage gives you health.
That's the way Shazam works.
Yeah, but plus, I mean... Since he was kind of ahead the entire time, he could afford to build really whatever he wanted.
That's true.
So it really sucks to be on the opposite end of a mirror match, and I think for Floetic that was probably just really, really depressing.
I mean, yeah, if they're, you know, 5,000 credits ahead, they just have 2 more items than you, what are you gonna do, right?
Die.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Well, that's what they did, and it didn't work out too well for them as they did lose the match. And that's gonna mean KGB is the first team that's gonna advance to the finals. We're gonna see them tomorrow, fighting for $5,000 in a grand final best of 3. But now we need to find out what team is going to join them. Is it going to be KGO or is it going to be Vex Gaming? That match is coming up next.